Hello everyone and welcome back to round 12 of our F1 25 Lewis Hamilton Ferrari career mode. Yes, we're back this weekend at the British Grand Prix. Of course, this is a track where Lewis has seen so much success in the past. Of course, in 2024, took his record-extending 9th home race victory around this venue. Now, the IRL race this season was an absolute banger. Sadly, Hamilton's podium streak at Silverstone came to an end. So we're going to try and rewrite history this weekend and try and bag the victory. Now, we've actually been on a really good run of form. If you missed out on the Austrian GP last time out, go back, check it out. We won the back-to-back races recently, so 2 wins in a row. But if anybody's kind of kept up with my F1, I, for whatever reason, can't normally win 3 races in a row inside these games. So it's going to be a tough one this weekend, but we are 1 point back behind Max Verstappen at this stage of the campaign. Lando Norris is a further 13 ahead of the Dutchman, as he is, he's had 2 DNFs so far this season. Verstappen's had 2. I've had 1. Leclerc's had 1. So Ferrari pace hasn't always been perfect, but we really are getting into the swing of things. Constructors-wise, Ferrari, we are now on top, 16 points ahead of Red Bull, 17 points ahead of McLaren. Of course, if you're new, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed to the channel as well. Also, I'm really trying to push it throughout the rest of 2025. There'll be a link in the description below to my Twitch. We're trying to hit 10k over there as well, so make sure you follow us over there. And yeah, without further ado then, let's return here to the British Grand Prix. It must be, I believe that's Antonelli diving back into the pit lane. Through the final couple of corners we go. Is this going to be good enough to pop us up onto pole position provisionally? Yes, it is. Making our way through the final couple of corners, getting ready to start our first lap of anger. Out of the final corner, get the throttle down on the run towards the line. And let's see then. Is this going to be a pole position lap here at Silverstone? Are we already in for pole position here at Silverstone? Only time will tell there. A little bit more curve through the first part of the loop. Don't think that really found us much though. We are pretty much level as we try and get the power down on the exit. Lost Nova 97, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, we're about to get a pole lap. Oh, come on, 4th gear. Really trying to open up the run through Luffield, leave it in 4th. And hope that we can pick up the throttle nice and early there, really maximising the width of the circuit on the exit. Leclerc, luckily, has brought himself back up towards the front, so a good effort by our teammate there. And it's through the old turn 1. Just trying to be as smooth as we possibly can. On the way in through Maggots and Beckett's. Try to really open up the run through that final one. Oh, a little bit wide again. But we do a much, much better run off the corner. We really catapulted ourselves out onto the hangar straight. 3 tenths up then. Hopefully we're going to break into the 125s by the end of this lap. We've already got a time good enough for pole position here, but will we go any quicker as we get the car slowed down in towards the final couple of corners? Oh, wallop the curve. That's going to cost us some time. Still should be an improvement though. 125.8. That is P1. Well, there we go then. 3rd pole position in a row. And the last 2 we have converted into race victory. Lando Norris, though, makes it an all-British front row lockout. Max Verstappen, brilliant effort right at the death there to go P3. Just ahead of Piastri and Charles Leclerc. Russell down in 6th. Lance Stroll, he'll have a nosebleed running that high up the order in P7. Just ahead of Ocon and Tsunoda there, with Carlos Sainz rounding out your top 10. Yeah, quite actually, down to Behrman, only 1.1 seconds covering the top 13, and then there's just a random half a second gap back to Pierre Gasly. Lawson just ahead of Bortoletto. Andrea Kimi Antonelli down in P18 at the end of qualifying. He will be disappointed. To be honest, my setup is fairly similar to the old house, because, kind of everything works in a certain way, but there are some differences. So, hopefully that's all good. Ready on the grid, though, for the British Grand Prix. It is 5 red lights here at Silverstone. And it's lights out, and away we go there. I expect Verstappen to get off to a good start. He's gone softs, as Lando Norris is going to try and cover him off in towards that first corner there. As the Dutchman trying to look around the outside through turn 1 and turn 2. If those 2 can squabble, that would be fantastic news for me there, as making our way in through turn 2 and turn 3. Verstappen there trying to split myself on the McLaren, and he has done so. Verstappen immediately up to P2. Leclerc immediately up to 4th as well then. So our teammates had a pretty good getaway here, as I'm sure Verstappen, he will know, being on that softer compounded tyre, he's got to try and make an impact as early as he can there. As well, really struggling. Cold tyres, very high pressure tyres as well. They will not have much grip on this opening lap, so we've got to be very, very careful with that. As immediately, oh chat, we're getting 2021 2.0 Verstappen trying to have a look down the inside. Will there be contact? We ran a little bit wide there to try and hang on to the position, but lap 1, immediately Verstappen's trying to recreate history, but just the other way around there. Luckily that time round we made it through without contact. The car on the outside there just running slightly wide to try and bail out of it. But here comes the Dutchman down in towards that final corner of the end of the hangar straight. And luckily again then, oh, Lando Norris actually trying to go wheel to wheel with him now as well, just behind me. So there are definitely a lot of battles going on early on here. Like I said, I'm not expecting this to be as dominant. I mean, Austria, we weren't dominant. The AI just messed up their strategy. Canada, we really did have the pace over the rest of the field, but I've got no idea as to what to expect here there, as everybody looks to have made it clean and tidy through that opening lap. And that is a very, very good sign. Just shut up and go racing. Oh, no, Jack's giving me the drink water. Oh, it's Verstappen immediately. You just don't realise how much of a run he gets on you up there. So we're going to try and do the old up and under. Oh, he broke in such weird spots there, but wheel to wheel then. Up towards Maggots and Beckett. And again, the Dutchman just backing out of it. Ooh. This is a good battle, though, early on. I'm surprised Verstappen hasn't been able to make the move work permanently, but now he might. Again, he's just going to bide his time. Goes to the outside. Oh, I try to give him some space. And he's going to take that space. You cannot give him any extra room than you absolutely have to there. In through the loop. Through goes Hamilton, maybe. Oh, again. Just about able to get the elbows out. Gotta really try and keep it a little bit tidier through there. I mean, as the fuel burns off, it will get easier, but so tricky early on in the race. And it looks like, I think, kind of our top 9 cars have broken away. I believe both Ferraris, both McLarens. Oh no, top 7, sorry. Both Red Bulls and George Russell have bolted from the rest of the field now. So our pace isn't bad by any stretch. We're not like completely holding these guys up, but we're definitely, you know, not getting away. Silverstone is a circuit on these games where DRS trains are always going to form. Nice and easy. Ooh, Verstappen, 1 second. Him and Lando are battling, chat. This is our chance. This is our window to try and run away. They are still side by side. Lando seems to have made it through. Come on, come on, come on. Through the old turn 1. I'm not going to back out with my foot. Oh, Lando, though. He's made it happen. But we've now got a 1 second gap. Oh, yeah, Verstappen. I think Verstappen's got damage. He's dropping back massively. I think everybody now is queuing up to get around him. Hopefully Charles Leclerc is going to be able to do so. But the Dutchman, he's dropped like 2 seconds this lap. Unless those soft compound tyres have completely hit the cliff. He's giving Lando and I a huge opportunity to run away. It's just the same Leclerc and Piastri behind him are battling so aggressively. I had, for some reason, I was just listening to some music earlier on whilst editing. What was it? Oh, Lando's in. Okay. Lando Norris into the pit lane then, so I really want to try and extend this stint a little bit longer. I want to open the door for myself. Leclerc in, Norris in, Verstappen in. This is going to be Piastri and I out in front.
Charles is in the pits.
We've got to push. I want to make this strategy work. I don't want to dive in the end of this lap. I might come in end of 19 though, depending on what pace the AI have got. I can understeer once again. Yeah, we haven't lost much time to Lando this lap though, so I'm hoping we should be fairly safe. As long as he doesn't jump Stroll down this hangar straight, I'm hoping we're still going to be either ahead of him or at least with him. Where do I brake? I'm going to guess there. Oh, a little bit early. That's fine though. A little bit early. Is Lance Stroll about to be leading a Formula 1 Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen? That is the real question.
You only have to stop once now. 1 stop left.
Leclerc, new fastest lap of the day. Will we deny the Canadian? Yes, we will. Lance Stroll sat in P2 for now then, and we've got slightly fresher tyres than Lando. So I guess we get to enjoy that, but I've still got to try and get some heat into them. We might not be safe from Lance Stroll's clutches just yet. We need to be able to get a run on me down the back straight. I think if he can't do it here, then he's going to be in trouble, and Lando Norris knows that he's got to try and find a way around him. Otherwise, we are just going to be able to pull away once more. Just keep this margin of safety that we'd have enjoyed in the early laps there. Stroll actually getting a great run off of Luffield. But Lando to the inside goes the McLaren. Now or never for him. But he might, by going for that, actually drop the DRS himself off the corner. Lance Stroll down into P3, so he's definitely not going to lead this thing. But basically then, we've got 2 lap fresher tyres than Lando, and the gap's pretty much exactly where it was. Oscar is, yeah, very cool, calm and collected. What I still really love was after the incident between him and Max at Jeddah, you could tell after the race, Max was really trying to, like, figure out whether he'd rattled Oscar. And I think Max quite liked the fact he knew it was going to be a lot more difficult to get into his head. Like, Lando, if ever he's racing near Max, he just jumps out of the way. But Oscar Piastri won't do that. And I really like that. Oscar was so calculated with what he did in Jeddah, it was great. Alonso, I mean, imagine if Alonso did win the world title next year. The problem is with Alonso as well, is like some people say he's completely washed now and others say he's really good. When your benchmark is Lance Stroll, we've really got no idea. He might be fantastic, he might be terrible. It's all well and good going, oh, he hasn't been out qualified in over a year. You're going, yeah, that's still against Lance Stroll. Oh, Lando in. Lando in, so I think he might be going hards. I think Lando might be going hards to the end of this race, chat. We should find out, because Leclerc's coming in as well. And both Red Bulls are pit, so at least we know Max definitely isn't one stopping. So Lando Norris, hard tyres to the end of the Grand Prix, so this final stint is going to be very interesting. Because we've got to make sure we don't get undercut, or don't get undercut by too much. And then we're going to be pushing a set of soft compound tyres to the flag. What's going to be my new favourite driver after Hamilton retires? I've honestly got no idea. And I think about it regularly. So play in the Creator Series? I do! I do now race in the Creator Series. Right, nice and aggressive on pit lane entry. Whoa. Again, could have possibly been a little bit later there, but we'll take it. That set of tyres has served me well, chat. Like we said, Lando's definitely going to get the jump. But not hopefully by too much. We need a quick stop by the team.
Right, let's go.
Oh, they haven't fixed the DRS though.
Job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
Come on, we need that DRS back before the end of the race. As here comes Lando Norris then. How big will the gap be? I just want to close in on him. Like lap after lap. Oh, he's going to be quite far ahead actually. We're going to get jumped by Charles as well.
Now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Hopefully we'll get the DRS off of Charles immediately. And just give us a little bit of help as we try and get the tyres up to speed. Yes, we have done. So let's see then how quickly we can get back past Leclerc. We've got 12 laps. We need a half a second a lap over Lando if we want to do this by the end. Leclerc, I'm sure the team would have told you, Matt is faster than you. Or Lewis, I should say. How do we not get DRS? Oh, I've got no DRS, have I? So it's all irrelevant trying to be in the DRS. Can we go for a bit of a late dive? Whoa! I might have cut the corner there to make that happen. Leclerc could have played more of the team game though. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it this time. So first lap then, we need half a second a lap out of Lando. We took 6/10. Let's hopefully try and see if we can drag Charles towards him. To be fair, I think that Ferrari F60 is... It was not... Don't get me wrong, it was not like a rapid car or anything like that. But it wasn't as bad, I think, as some people remember. A McLaren man looking for his first win ever around this circuit. Lewis Hamilton looking for his 10th win around this circuit. Further extending his complete dominance of this venue throughout his time in Formula 1. But we are down on fuel. We have not got much battery either. We are still just trying to save a little bit more. But we have got to try and make the move happen on Lando Norris at some point on this lap. Come on, just try and bring the fuel back a little bit more. Every little bit can really help us out here. As I try and just use a little bit of battery to give myself a slingshot out onto the next straight. It's going to have to come down to that final sector. Just save a little bit more, bring the fuel back in. I'm working so hard to try and manage this as best as I can. We were temporarily only 0.05 down. That would probably be good enough if we could get the move on, Lando. But we are not quite there still. We've also got to try and make sure I get a good run out of Maggots and Beckett's as well here. Just a handful of corners to go with the British Grand Prix. Lando and I, nothing has separated us throughout most of this Grand Prix. Can we try and get a run now? We've got to use the last bit of our battery. Lando Norris will do the same. We are gaining on him as we make our way down the back straight. I'm not sure we're going to be close enough. Lando Norris, I think he might just have held on. He might just have enough straight line speed in towards the final corner. Surely we are way too far back. The car goes into low fuel. I've absolutely sent it on him. Lando gets the switchback. We are out of fuel on the run to the line. Lando Norris is going to do it. And all we can manage is P2.
Yes, and that's a podium. Excellent drive. The whole team have worked especially hard this weekend. And that, my friend, is a fantastic reward. Well done.
Well, there we are then. Lando Norris takes the race victory. Less than 3 seconds in it, though, between him and Lewis Hamilton come the checkered flag. Charles Leclerc comes through for third ahead of Oscar Piastri, with, yes, Tsunoda beating out Verstappen yet again this season. Fernando Alonso, a great recovery to P7, best of the rest ahead of Sainz and Lance Stroll there with Andrea Kimi Antonelli bagging another point for the Mercedes team as well. Not quite where I'm sure he would have wanted to be, but a point is a point. Russell and Gasly, the only two drivers failing to see the checkered flag. Everybody finished this one on the lead lap, which is quite impressive based on recent results. We are still P2, but of course we lose some points there to Lando as well in the championship. His lead now 21 up at the top of the table as Leclerc still in third. Verstappen still ahead of Tsunoda, and Oscar Piastri still down in 6th place there ahead of Russell, Alonso, Sainz and Lance Stroll still inside your top 10. Further down the order, Andrea Kimi Antonelli now up into double digits. But you can still see behind Alexander Albon and Liam Lawson. Still ahead, though, of Behrman, Hulkenberg, Doohan, and Bortoletto and Hadar yet to score. Constructors-wise, Ferrari, the gap down to just 13 points ahead of McLaren. Red Bull still not that far away in P3, ahead of Mercedes and Aston Martin as well there. Williams in 6th, Haas, Alpine, VCarb, and Kick Sauber. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon ready for the Belgian Grand Prix.